I'm not too surprised that this is an austerity budget in many ways. Some areas have kept pace with inflation, while others have not. I'm unsure of the rationale about where to invest and where not to. In the end, this budget ignores the present realities facing Calgarians during the affordability and housing crisis. Not to mention at a point in time where investors are actively looking at our city as a leader in tech and innovation. There are no matching investments for our city. We're essentially on our own. So the question is this: when is the time to invest if it's not now, when Calgarians and Albertans really need it? Now, there is some good news in this budget that should be noted. We are receiving $43 million for the Blue Line extension. We had asked for $53 million. There's a small investment that's been noted for Arts Commons as well as Olympic Plaza. And it's very encouraging to see dedicated funds for wildfire and drought mitigation, as well as funding for SR1, the Springbank Reservoir. We remain concerned that Alberta is calling, but there's no place for people who are coming here to call home. While there is funding set aside at a provincial level for affordable housing, it's not clear how much of that will come to Calgary. We know that more than 115,000 Calgarians are at risk of falling into homelessness. We have a province that is encouraging people to move here, but is not helping us to manage that growth. That is putting Calgarians at risk. When Calgarians get their tax bill, they are paying a singular amount, the way that they see it. And what I want to clarify for everyone is that this year, the increase that you see will also be in part because this government is taking $96 million more than we had anticipated they would. So when you get your tax bill, you will be able to see what portion of it stays in the city to provide you with the services you need, and what portion of it goes to the province, frankly, without a list of how it's being spent. We have written letters, we have made phone calls, we have had meetings, we have broadcast this out through media, that you can no longer keep downloading your responsibilities as a provincial government onto local governments like ours, because we are faced with an impossible dilemma. We could stop funding housing, we could stop funding public safety, we could stop funding transit, and what kind of a city would we have? We would have a city that people wouldn't want to live in, and that's not what good leaders do. So we have been tasked with the sole responsibility of taking care of Calgarians at a particularly vulnerable time. And we don't have a good partner in the provincial government. And let me say this too, while we're at it, federal government hasn't been showing us much promise either. Does it look like the province is piling on to City Council at a time when they know property taxes are a concern for Calgarians? Absolutely.